The main reason I got interested in it is because it came up as an issue at the MLA, and I felt that focusing on academic boycotts was something that the MLA, in defending academic freedom, should not be participating in. The way I understand academic freedom, it's part of a whole series of liberal rights relating to freedom of expression. Those kinds of liberal rights really belong to a particular kind of culture that the MLA is trying to support and foment, and in which an academic boycott is directly destroying some of the basis of that kind of culture. And really supporting that kind of culture of academic freedom, I think, is really the core mission of the MLA.
The boycott movement is really instrumentalizing the MLA, turning it into a kind of weapon, and taking up energy that we could be spending on much needed things.
Academic boycotts are attacks on the academy. Whether they're phrased as attacks on individuals or as institutions, and I really don't think there's a difference between the two. They're attacks on the life of the mind. We're being asked to boycott thinkers. That is, the BDS at its core is fundamentally an anti-intellectual agenda designed to prevent the unfolding of significant discussion on Israel and Palestine. They call this anti-normalization. What that means is you're not allowed to talk about this at all except within the narrow parameters of their propagandistic speech.
When the MLA brought the issue of boycotts up, I was really taken aback. I'd always seen the MLA as an organization that was there to support our common interest as scholars, and I thought that meant facilitating our work in the languages and literatures of all nations. But here suddenly the MLA was contemplating discriminating on the basis of national origin. I was really shocked.
What troubles me most about the potential of an academic boycott is that it is a huge distraction for American and other academics. Academics are in real trouble right now, and organizations like MLA should be addressing them, and should be addressing them aggressively. And instead we find ourselves talking for now 10 years about whether or not we should be boycotting Israel.
The notion, which we frequently hear, that this boycott only targets institutions, not individuals, is nonsense. Individuals make up institutions.
We hear stories of a young woman who's asked to join an editorial board of a journal and is then told that she needs to pass a political litmus test before she'll be allowed to stay on the journal. These people, junior women, are in incredibly vulnerable positions, and this kind of grey boycott that operates behind the scenes, which is demanding political litmus tests, no matter how somebody may stand, smack of a kind of witch-hunting McCarthyite behavior that is really terrifying, that we're asking academics to pledge allegiance, to prove their progressive credentials in order for them to be taken seriously, is just really damaging for our profession.
As this kind of politicizing expands its hold within the academy, the primary victim is not going to be the Israeli university, it's going to be the validity of academic speech in the American university. The American university at all, no, this is not going to impact on chemistry departments, it's not going to impact on computer science departments, this is going to poison the character of life in English departments and in some foreign language departments. These are departments that are already on a lifeline. I believe strongly in the mission of the MLA to support the teaching and research of language and literature, and I'm concerned that BDS is hijacking the association, really hurting it, harming its reputation, and I believe that scholars who are committed to language and literature have to reclaim the association from the fanatics who are playing the system and imposing their fringe views on the association.
The mission of MLA is to promote the study of language and literature, and adopting a boycott would impede conversation and debate and collaboration. So that would completely overturn the character of the MLA. it results in a kind of dead letter office of ideas, of missed intellectual connections.
I think the boycott agenda points a finger of shame and discourages people from being involved in fields they want to research, and makes engaging with colleagues at Israeli universities taboo. And I think that's really unfortunate because it's against the mission of our organization. We're here. I'm a member of the MLA because I work on German literature and culture. I want to engage with people who do that. I want to talk about Kafka, Zweig, Lasker Schuler, Weimar film with anyone who wants to talk about it. And a lot of these people, of course, for historical reasons, are in Israel because they were refugees that went to Palestine to escape Hitler. That's where their libraries and legacies are. So it really impacts directly my field and the field of people I work with.
Actually don't really have much relationship with Israel or students from Israel. It's really, I really come at this issue mostly as a member of the MLA who's really concerned about the goals and the mission of the MLA and protecting those goals, that mission, and understanding those goals kind of in a wider worldwide context in which academic freedom is something that is a bigger issue than just the MLA, but in which the MLA is obviously an integral part of supporting those types of freedoms.
All right, what would it say about MLA? It will say we're pathetic, that we're ridiculous. People will have even more contempt than they have for the humanities already. They'll say this is not your issue, you're not well informed. How can you be? Do you know Hebrew? Do you know Arabic? Have you studied the history and the politics? Do you know the sources? Have you worked in the archives? Have you informed yourselves? And if not, what?
We shouldn't forget that the AAUP, our Association of Professors, is opposed to academic boycotts. The MLA, since 2002, opposes boycotts. I think the MLA should continue to oppose academic boycotts because we shouldn't boycott ideas.